Loretta Lynn, a true country legend presented by Real Wild Radio. Real Wild Radio is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation. Our mission is to educate our audience on the history of country, western, and bluegrass music while introducing current roots and Ameripolitan artists. You can listen to our 24-hour radio stream at realwildradio.com or by downloading our free app in your app store. Our programming is made possible by our listening donors and station sponsors. Find out how you can support our mission at realwildradio.com. Born in the coal mining hills of Kentucky, Loretta Lynn's story is stuff of legend. Raised in a one-room log cabin in Butcher Holler, she was the second of 8 children. Her father worked in the local coal mines. Loretta's early life was shaped by hard work and the simple, hard-scrabble life of her rural community. At just 15 years old, Loretta attended a social, bringing a pie she had mistakenly made with salt instead of sugar. The highest bidder at the event was a young man named Doolittle Lynn, better known as Mooney, who had just returned from the army. A month after they met, just shy of her 16th birthday, Loretta and Mooney got married. By 16, Loretta was pregnant, and by 22, she was raising 4 kids and living in Washington State, far from her Kentucky roots. Despite the challenges of young motherhood, Loretta never lost her love of music. She was inspired by Kitty Wells, and she would sing around the house, and Mooney recognized that talent, bought her a $17 guitar from Sears, and even helped her get a spot singing at a local Grange Hall, where he was bragging that his wife was the best singer around, second only to Kitty Wells herself. Before long, Loretta was performing regularly and had even formed her own band. In 1960, Buck Owens was hosting a television show in Tacoma, Washington called the Barcade Jamboree, and Loretta Lynn performed on that show, where she was heard by the owner of a small Canadian record label called Zero Records. They took notice of Loretta and signed her to a deal. She recorded 4 songs in Los Angeles. One of them, I'm a Honky Tonk Girl, became her breakout hit. Loretta and Mooney mailed copies of the single to country radio stations all over America, and they personally stopped at stations along the way to Nashville, promoting her songs to DJs. The hard work paid off. I'm a Honky Tonk Girl climbed to number 14 on the charts and earned Loretta her first appearance on the Grand Ole Opry in 1960. Soon after, Loretta caught the attention of the Wilburn Brothers, one of country music's biggest acts at the time, and they took her on the road, got her a spot on their syndicated television show, and helped her secure a recording contract with Decca Records. Although their relationship would later be strained, the Wilburns played a crucial role in getting Loretta's career off the ground. It wasn't long before Loretta started scoring hit after hit. Songs like Success, Before I'm Over You, and Blue Kentucky Girl cemented her place in the country music scene. But her breakthrough came when she began writing her own songs, bringing a bold, no-nonsense perspective that reflected her real-life experiences. Her songs like You Ain't Woman Enough and Don't Come Home a-Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind gave voice to women in a way that few country songs had ever done before. Her music was filled with wit and sass, and songs like Fist City and Your Squaws on the Warpath showed that Loretta wasn't afraid to speak her mind. These songs resonated with listeners, and Loretta quickly became one of country music's most popular artists. By the late 1960s, Loretta's influence was undeniable. She had been recognized by the Country Music Association as the Female Vocalist of the Year 3 different times, 1967, 72, and 73. Her natural charm and down-to-earth personality made her a favorite on television variety shows and helped her cross over into mainstream pop culture. In 1970, Loretta released what would become her signature song, Coal Miner's Daughter. The autobiographical hit told the story of her humble beginnings in Kentucky and quickly became a fan favorite. The song's success led to a best-selling autobiography and in 1980, a hit movie of the same name starring Sissy Spacek. Loretta also found great success as a duet partner, first with Ernest Tubb as well as Conway Twitty. Conway and her's first duet, After the Fire Is Gone, was a #1 single in 1971, and they became one of the most successful pairings in country music history, with classic hits like Lead Me On, Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man, Feelings, and many more. In 1972, Loretta Lynn made history as the first woman to win the CMA Entertainer of the Year award. Over the next few decades, she continued to break new ground. In 1988, she was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, and in 2003, she was honored at the Kennedy Center. Even after the death of her beloved husband Mooney in 1996, Loretta continued to record and perform. In 2004, she teamed up with Jack White to produce Van Leer Rose, an album that introduced her music to an entirely new generation. The album won a Grammy for Best Country Album and won Album of the Year at the Americana Awards. Loretta Lynn's career spanned more than 6 decades, and she continued to make music well into her later years. Her 2021 album, Still Woman Enough, was a powerful reminder of her enduring legacy in country music. Loretta Lynn can be heard every day on Real Wild Radio. You can listen at realwildradio.com or by downloading our free app. Simply visit your app store, search for Real Wild Radio, download, and tune in. Thanks for listening. Stay real, stay wild.